Hi dear students, in this section we are going to study about the economic importance of bacteria. Okay, we know that the bacteria, in many ways, bacteria are very helpful to human beings. So let's see what are their roles, how they are helpful to us. Okay, so one of the most important role is that they are used in sewage treatment. They have a role in the sewage treatment. For example, the methanogen bacteria, which are used in sewage treatment, they decompose anaerobically. They can decompose anaerobically what? The sewage, the solid organic matter of the sewage. And they can release methane and carbon dioxide. These gases are released. And this gas is known as the biogas. And this gas, it is used as what? The biogas fuel. So for making this biogas fuel, it can be used. Okay, so it is a very important usage. The next one is the antibiotics. For making the antibiotics. Then what are antibiotics? These are some chemicals, okay, which are produced by the microbes. Antibiotics are chemicals produced by the microorganisms, and that can be treated. This type of chemicals can be used to treat some infections affecting our body. Okay, so we have isolated different types of antibiotics from different types of bacteria. So there are different types of antibiotics that can be isolated from bacteria. So here I am mentioning just two types of the antibiotics, thyrothricin and bacitracin. Okay, thyrothricin is an antibiotic that's coming from Bacillus brevis, and bacitracin, the source is what? The Bacillus subtilis. So these are two types of what? Just an example for what? Antibiotics. These are made from where? Bacteria. Okay, so these antibiotics, it can be used against other bacteria which cause infections or disease in human beings. So in this way, these are very helpful to us. So now let's see the other importance of bacteria. Now, the next one is the energy protection. Okay, bacteria is helpful in the protection of energy. The case of biogas. Okay, there are methanogenic bacteria which are used to produce biogas. So like that, there is what? Hydrogen producing bacteria. The bacteria which such as the Clostridium and E. coli, which are used to produce hydrogen gas, is a source of clean energy, and it can be used to generate electricity and can be also used in the motor vehicles. So Clostridium and E. coli are the bacteria which are used to produce hydrogen gas. Okay. The next one, it is the household products. Bacteria are also useful in the household products. In our daily life, we are using so many products which consist of these bacteria. Okay, for example, in the case of the production of curd from the milk, the bacteria which grow in the milk, which convert the milk into curd. Okay, at that time, it also increases the nutritional quality by increasing the vitamin B12. Okay, it can increase the vitamin B12. It increasing the amount of vitamin B12, and that way it will increase the nutritional quality. So it converts the milk into what? Curd. So that type of bacteria, it is what? Lactobacillus or lactic acid bacteria, or lactic acid bacteria. Then there is what? Another item, that is food. It is one of the oldest food items in which bacteria are used. That is what? The cheese. There are different types of cheese are available. They may have different texture, flavor and taste. For example, in the case of Swiss cheese, You can see there are large holes. The large holes in the Swiss cheese, it is due to the protection of carbon dioxide, high amount of carbon dioxide by a bacterium that is known as what? Propionibacterium. Okay, so it is due to the production of high amount of carbon dioxide by this Propionibacterium. So like this way, we can see that the bacteria are very helpful to us. Okay, they have, in this way they have some economic importance. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about one of the most important group under the eubacterians. So that is known as the Mycoplasma. So Mycoplasma are coming under the group eubacteria. So these are coming under the group eubacteria. Okay. So let's see some of the basic features, the distinctive characteristics of this Mycoplasma. So these are coming under the group eubacteria. And these are the simplest and smallest free-living prokaryotes. They are the simplest and smallest free-living prokaryotes. Okay. And these type of Microplasma, these are first isolated by knockout and rocks from the pleural fluid. Pleural fluid means, pleura is a membrane, it's a double-layered membrane that surrounds the lungs. So in between this double-layered membrane there is a space, and this space is filled with a fluid that is known as the pleural fluid. So these are isolated from the pleural fluid of cattle, and these cattle were suffering from the disease bovine pleuropneumonia. So they were suffering from the disease what? Bovine pleuropneumonia. So they have isolated this type of Mycoplasma from the pleural fluid of cattle which were suffering from bovine pleuropneumonia. Okay, so hence this Mycoplasma is otherwise known as PPLO, that is pleuropneumonia like organisms. Okay. Then these are considered as an intermediate group of organisms between the viruses and bacteria. These are larger than the largest virus, okay, and smaller than the smallest bacteria. Okay, the Mycoplasma which are larger than the largest viruses, but they are smaller than the smallest bacteria. And they can change, they have a particular property, they have a character that they can change their shape because they have no cell wall, hence they can easily change their shape. Okay, hence they are known as what? They are pleomorphic. Okay, so they can change their shape, that's so that they can be otherwise known as what? The jokers of microbiology. The jokers of microbiology, because they can change their shape accordingly. Okay. And when we are considering their nutrition, they are heterotrophic organisms. Okay. Then their reproduction, it is by budding and binary fission. So these two types of reproduction. So these are the major characteristics of what? The Mycoplasma. So let's see, they are the smallest, simplest, free-living prokaryotes. Then these are isolated by knockout and rocks from the pleural fluid of cattle. They were suffering from bovine pleuropneumonia. Hence their name what? Pleuropneumonia-like organisms. And they are considered as intermediate between virus and bacteria, and they can change their shape. So we can say that they are pleomorphic, that is, they can change their shape. And they are also known as the joggers of microbiology because of this character, that is what? They can change their shape. Okay. And they have no cell wall. They are heterotrophic and budding and binary fission are the two kinds of reproduction in Mycoplasma. Okay, so these are the major characters of what? Mycoplasma. So now we are going to conclude, and the next section we will learn about the next kingdom, that is the Protista. Okay, so bye bye. So we will see in the next class.